I am personally very, very glad that I decided to have my retirement funds put into a charitable annuity with Catholic Missions in Canada. I think they do wonderful work, and I'm just happy to let them do with whatever they want with my money.
We looked at forms that would sort of be a balance between helping us and helping them. So helping us, we have a bit of a return. Annuity seemed to be a good way because we still get a bit of money, a bit of return on whatever amount we are putting into the annuity.
So I just sign it? Not having any children, for us is not a question of leaving an inheritance to somebody. So it's money that we can dispose at our will. And we find it that it will help us continue to live in a decent life.
You get payback, I don't know, it's in the area of 5, 6, or 7%. So you're receiving income, and you're able to build an annuity that will go towards them on your death. It's an enduring thing to save something up for others that's going to help them and help their families and on and on. So I think it's a real investment in humanity and Christianity. And isn't that what we're for living for somebody else and not just for ourselves or our nearest relatives?
So you sit down in your chair and tell me about your day at school. Having an annuity with the Catholic Missions in Canada would be a way for me as a person living in a little corner of Canada to participate in this much larger mission of our Catholic faith in our own country.
Welcome to the Gift Annuity Program of Catholic Missions in Canada. Our Gift Annuity Program is actually the financial engine of CMIC. Now through it, thousands of Catholics in the remote areas of the country can count on well-maintained church buildings, the presence of trained spiritual leadership,
the Lord be with you, and also with you,
the opportunity for ongoing religious education for themselves and their children.
Grant Daryl and Merle long life together.
But most of all, they have a sense of belonging to their Catholic community, both in their own area and in the larger Canadian Church.
Congratulations again.
Which, through Catholic Missions in Canada, helps them keep their church alive and vibrant. It is a two-way street, as many Catholic donors discover for themselves.
Vince and I had the opportunity through Canadian Mission in Canada to go and visit one of the missionary outposts in the Yukon Territory.
We were in a place where there was a nun. She lived alone in a place far away from anybody. She would sustain herself by having a running garage sale. It was marvelous knowing a person like that.
Vince and I attended the Eucharistic service.
Yeah.
And you have to try it. You really have to be there. It was just incredible. Something I will never forget for the rest of my life. You really felt the presence of the Holy Spirit. Very, very few people. And the music was rough, singing. No one was a trained singer, but the few people who were there sang. And I don't know, there was a sense of God was really there.
Not everyone can actually go to the missions, of course, but the missions come to them through the magazine Catholic Missions in Canada publishes. And that's how many people find out about the Gift Annuity program.
The magazine came, Catholic Missions in Canada came to my door because of gifts in the past, and I noticed a photograph in there of a woman I knew in one of the parishes I lived in before. And it said that she had an annuity with Catholic Missions in Canada, and I thought, oh, well, if she can do it, well, maybe I should think about this. Have a seat. Thank you for coming, Father, all that way to tell me about the annuity program.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. How did you get involved or interested? What interests you into an annuity?
Well, I noticed in the magazine or in the brochure a lady's photograph of someone I recognized from one of my former parishes. So that started me thinking, and then when I read it, I saw that it was for people 60 years and older, and I'm going to be 60 in January. So I thought, oh, maybe there's something here for me. And then I asked you. Yes. And I met Father Sebastian, and he would tell me all the stories about different missions that he'd been on and how they used the money. And to think about the isolation that our missionaries live in Canada. It's not some foreign country where we don't know the politics. It's Canada. And we're part of that church, and it's our responsibility, I think, to support that and to celebrate our faith that way. The more I delved into it, the more I thought, well, sounds like a pretty good idea. Lynn, I wonder if you could give me an overview of the Catholic Missions in Canada's annuity program. Like, when did it start? How long has it been going, and how it is today?
Or the oldest active annuity contract I've seen is 1952.
Oh.
So we've been doing it we've been issuing
Over 50
charitable
years.
gift annuities 50 years.
Wow.
And we invest totally in bonds. We have some very high yield bonds over the years. We have 1,700 contracts. We have approximately over 700 annuitants. So you can see most annuitants have more than one contract, which is encouraging. So our fund is very healthy.
Lynn, why do you like the annuity program that's offered by Catholic Missions in Canada?
Charitable gift annuities offer tremendous tax advantages.
Oh, do they?
The Gift Annuity program, run by Catholic Missions in Canada, benefits both receiver and giver. The giver receives several financial benefits in return. Like any annuity program, it involves setting aside a chunk of money that pays out annual income for the rest of your life. As a charitable annuity, however, there are tax benefits. One right away with the purchase of the annuity, and then annually, large portions of the income revenues are tax-free. So depending on what age you start with the annuity, the income paid out can exceed the original cost of the annuity. So how do you feel about our gift annuity program so far? Do you feel you are beginning to understand how taking an annuity with Catholic Missions in Canada can be a help to both yourself and our work with Catholics throughout Canada's remote areas? Do you feel you want to help? Would you at the same time like to achieve through one of our annuities a guaranteed income for life? Well, first, there are a few key things that you should know. To get started, you have to be a minimum age of 60. The minimum amount of the investment must be $5,000. Your rate of return is going to be high, between 5.16 and 10%. The majority of annuity income is tax-free, 66% and up. Also, you get a charitable receipt for 20% or more of your investment at the time you purchase the annuity. The annuity you take out can be shared with your spouse or any other family member over 60. As well, the income from your annuity is guaranteed for life until death. The rate of the income, the amount of the tax-free portion on the annual income, and the amount of the charitable tax receipt you receive when you purchase the annuity all depend on your age when you start the annuity. Once you sign the contract, there are no changes in the rates and therefore no stress about the ups and downs of the market. And after your death, the principal amount of your annuity remaining becomes a gift to Catholic Missions in Canada. The most important point is that when you become an annuitant with Catholic Missions in Canada, you give a gift that keeps on giving.
Now, I belong to the Catholic Women's League of Canada, so we have over 100,000 members across Canada, all women. Now, do you think that this kind of an annuity program would be of interest to our members?
It's really an excellent investment, but it enables them to give a gift to the church, which is most important. The missions are in dire need, and we're really fulfilling a tremendous need out there, which most Canadians really aren't aware of.
Right.
What I've often said to people, what better gift can you give than to know that when you die, your gift begins giving to the missions, and so you're allowing other people to have the opportunity to go to Mass, receive the sacraments, that they might not be able to have without your gift, because they live in remote and poor communities.
It's like putting your money where your mouth is.
Well, it really is. But it's also keeping alive what you've done all your life. You know, all your life you've worked for the church and with the church. And now your gift allows others to do that very thing. And in some of our mission communities, if we weren't there, if Catholic Missions in Canada was not there, they would not have Mass even once every 6 months.
No.
They're so far apart, the population is so low, it's often poor. Our support keeps the missionaries there, and whether it's a priest or a sister or a lay person, there's a big country out there and a lot of need, and Catholic Missions in Canada is able to do what we do because the donors, the Catholics across the country that support us, allow us to do that.
Well, thank you for explaining it all to me, and you've given me lots to think about, and it's nice. I like the fact that I'm helping the missions in Canada, and I like the promise of a high rate of return on my gift to them. Yeah, I really like that. I like the idea also that my children know that I'm doing this, because that sets an example for them. It's not something I'm going to be quiet about. They're going to know about it. There you are, dancing with Peter and Mary. And my friends, I think it's a good return. I think it's good help. It's a good way of putting your Catholic faith in action. Thank you.
So, having met with Lynn and Winnie, is there anything new that you've learned about the annuities?
Oh, I feel a lot better about them.
Yes.
And they explained it all, but not only that, they explained who they help, the people on the missions and the missionaries, and what kinds of projects they go towards. Heat for a church.
Very simple needs.
Roof.
Yes.
Jeeps, airplanes.
Yes.
So it was very good, and I feel very, very secure that it's a good investment, a good solid investment, that it will help me too.
Yeah, good.
So that's good.
Speaking of which, who else do you see as benefiting from an annuity?
Members of the Catholic Women's League generally are more the age group that annuities would appeal to. And many of us are financially secure, but we're also in the position of inheriting money from our parents, but we are secure in our own lives, so we don't really need to use that money, yet it would be nice to get a little income from it. So that's why an annuity is perfect.
Oh, good. So are you ready to sign up?
Yes, yes, I think it's a good idea.
Well, great.
So
That
you
sounds
have
good. Yes, I've brought a contract with me.
annuity contract,
Yes.
right? I see. So this is just a little small way that I can participate and feel a part of that Catholic Church in Canada, which is wonderful. It's a bigger dimension than my little Catholic church in my town where I go to Mass every Sunday. I can be part of the bigger picture, which I just love that idea. I love that idea. It's a means of participation in life in the bigger life of the church, in the mission life of the church.
It's stretching yourself out a bit and helping people, especially that you'll never name, never see, but you'll have had a hand in their betterment of their life.
And I always felt that a little drop is better than no drop, and millions of little drops make a rain, so maybe it will rain somewhere if everybody does what we are doing.
The way I was brought up and still practice and believe, our faith is not just for us. We were told many, many times in Scripture that we had to pass it on, even if we weren't going out there and doing it personally. If we couldn't do it personally, we had to do it some other way. And to me, the best way of doing this was to support our missionaries and the people that support them.
Please join our Gift Annuity program. By becoming a part of it, you will make a difference in the life of the church for a long time to come. For more information, please contact our Gift Planning Officer at Catholic Missions in Canada.